If you did kill your mother, would you admit it?
I can't imagine doing it.
I said it was a stupid question.
I can't imagine an explanation which legitimizes it. I had no reason. I have no reason to hurt my mom.
But you'd be surprised. There's motives that you could have had an argument.
No.
Could have been money.
I'd be happy to have lie detector test.
Okay, but if you killed her, would you admit it?
If I killed her,
if you killed your mother, would you sit here and tell us yes you did?
Thomas Joseph Gross, the son of the victim, is the primary suspect in the brutal murder of his mother, Ina Gross. The case began with Thomas presenting himself as a grieving witness, claiming he slept through the night and discovered the body in the morning. The investigation escalated dramatically when a neighbor reported seeing him in the garage with the car running, a claim supported by the discovery of his mother's drugged vomit inside the vehicle, which directly contradicted his entire alibi.
Okay, where was the knife when you first seen it?
In her throat.
Okay, and why did you take it out? Or did you take it out?
I most certainly did.
Okay.
I don't know. I just remember taking it out.
Right, but Tom, you just went like this.
Yeah.
It's almost like a cut. Did you do any more damage maybe when you?
I hope not.
On the morning of January 9th, 2012, in a quiet Florida suburb, police received a 911 call from Thomas Joseph Gross, who reported that he had just found his mother, Ina Gross, dead. Inside the garage of her home, they discovered a brutal crime scene. The 78-year-old millionaire had been stabbed multiple times and her throat was slit, but the scene presented an unusual and conflicting picture. There were no signs of forced entry, and evidence suggested the scene had been significantly altered before police arrived. Thomas, the victim's son visiting from Israel, was the sole occupant of the house with his mother. In his initial statements, he claimed to have slept through the night, only to discover the horrific scene when he woke up late for his flight. He portrayed himself as a distraught son, explaining that he had removed the knife from his mother's throat and attempted CPR under the guidance of a 911 operator. However, this narrative of a home invasion began to unravel as forensic evidence was processed. The contradiction came not from a confession, but from the victim herself and a key witness. The investigation's most critical finding was a sample of vomit from inside the family car, which belonged to Ina Gross and contained a massive dose of sedatives. This discovery, combined with a neighbor's statement about seeing Thomas in the garage with the car running late that night, told a story of a staged attack that directly conflicted with Thomas's account and shifted the investigation's focus entirely.
Sorry about that. We want to make this. You want another cup of coffee?
I don't need the second.
You sure? Because I can get it.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Get you some coffee going.
I don't know. First day of my life, I don't have any appetite.
I need to get back in.
That would be helpful.
See, senor.
Well, that's understandable. You wouldn't have any appetite.
When my dad passed away, I've still told many different policemen various things today. I don't know whether I've spoken to you or not. I have no idea.
No, I haven't spoken to you before. My name is Stephen Ives.
Hi, Tom Chris. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Wish you
Ready
were
for a certain
yeah. Great minds. When my father passed away, he had been ill. And he had a unique illness. It was, on the one hand, 100% certain he would pass away.
Right.
On the other hand, it didn't prevent him from doing anything. That is, it hit the bone marrow, the cells that grow inside your bone marrow, the red cells, the white cells, that kind of stuff. So as long as he could get shots and/or transfusions from time to time, it kept him going for 8 months.
After reporting the death of his mother, millionaire Ina Gross, Thomas is brought into an interrogation room by police. As the only person present at the murder scene, his testimony is the foundation for the entire investigation. Detectives begin by asking him to recount the final day in detail.
So, Go ahead.
All right, what we want to do is we want to go through exactly what happened yesterday and then last night and then what led up to this morning, okay? From about probably the time you woke up yesterday morning.
Yesterday morning.
Yeah, we want to go through the whole day.
Okay. And this is, I have to write this down because it's being recorded,
No,
right?
We're recording.
Okay, cool.
All right, but I might take notes if you don't mind.
Yesterday morning is Sunday morning?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
My sister Ellen, who you met, I'm going back a bit to give you a background, was in Baltimore for business and she was ill. She went there despite having a bad bronchitis. And therefore, neither my mom nor I had an opportunity to see her on Saturday. We made plans and we carried out these plans to see her and Dave on Sunday. We had thought that maybe we would drive up to Lutz, which my mother often does.
Who's Dave?
I'm sorry, Dave is my sister-in-law's husband.
Okay, so your brother.
My brother-in-law. You have to rely on me.
That's okay.
However, my sister said she was feeling well enough and that we would meet in St. Petersburg at one of those nice restaurants they have on the water there.
This is yesterday.
Just yesterday.
Okay.
We were originally going to meet them earlier, but Ellen, despite being sick, had some work to do, and it ended up that we met around 1:30, which means we left around 12:30 or 1:45 or whatever. So, around 11 o'clock, my mom and I went to do some clothes shopping for my daughter Yulia, just spelled Yulia. We went to Kohl's in Lakewood Ranch. I don't know exactly where that is, but you guys probably do.
Yes.
And I bought 2 shirts at Kohl's.
And this is about 11 o'clock yesterday.
Later, by the time we bought them, it was maybe probably noon. We then returned back to my mom's house and we picked up the dog Nikki, whom you saw, I think. You saw the dog. And we drove up to St. Petersburg.
And you took the Honda?
Yeah, the other car's not ours.
Who drove?
I think I did. I think both ways. She drives a lot to see my sister. She drove a lot to see my sister.
Okay.
And I wanted to give her as much of a break as I can.
Do you remember where you went in St. Pete?
Yeah. So we got there maybe 15 minutes before Ellen and David, my sister and brother-in-law. And Ellen had recommended that I take a look because I had never seen it. I forget the name of the hotel. You guys probably know it. There's a wonderful, magnificent hotel on the water.
Don Cesar.
That's another one. That's on the
It's on the Gulf.
Gulf. This is right on the St. Petersburg pier side.
Illinois.
The Vinoy. So I went
That's
inside
where
the
you went?
Vinoy. I went inside the Vinoy. My mother stayed outside with Nikki. Then I spoke to my wife and daughter because it was nearing 2 o'clock in here, which is 9 o'clock in Israel, 7 hours ahead, p.m. And it was time for my daughter to go to bed. I wanted to say goodnight. And then David and Ellen arrived, and we sat at a restaurant where they served gelato, and next to it is a place where they have tea.
Was it in Illinois?
No. Further to the south, by 4th Street.
Do you remember the name of the restaurant?
No, but it could be, no, but one's called gelato, and the next one says chai, like in tea. Okay. And we were there till probably 3:30 or 3:45. We got home, and I don't know what time we got home, but it was early enough we must have left earlier than that because I arrived home before kickoff of the Pittsburgh-Denver football game. And I watched the game.
Oh, yeah.
The blue jeans, the sneakers, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm so very tired.
You don't know about...
The sneakers, but that would make sense. She used to wear white sneakers a lot. So, the movie ends... I'm sorry.
So what were you wearing?
Yesterday? I believe I was wearing a... It's not red, like, I don't know, red. It's not red like that. It but more red than any other color shirt.
Okay. Like a long sleeve shorts?
No. A cotton. It's like your type of shirt.
Okay.
But it wasn't all red. It was red. It was like yours is mostly white. This was mostly red, except it wasn't red. It was more burgundy or whatever.
Okay.
Where would that be in the house?
In my suitcase.
In your suitcase? Where's your suitcase?
My suitcase is in what used to be my father's study. We hide the suitcases from Nicky because Nicky gets very depressed when he sees a suitcase because he knows it implies travel.
That's a dog.
So I packed up last night, except for wearing my suit. I had my jeans that I wore yesterday, the jeans that you guys have now taken for inventory or whatever it is. There's a word for it, I forgot the word, that I wore last night, and I left my suit out. I have a dark gray, almost black suit with a blue shirt and a purple tie.
All right, so yesterday you were wearing this reddish.
I was wearing
polo
a reddish
shirt.
type shirt with the same blue jeans I had on this morning because that's what I put on when I got out of bed. I didn't want to walk around half naked through the house, obviously.
How about shoes?
I only have 2 pairs of shoes. One are dark black, elegant formal shoes that I was going to wear today. The other are brown lace shoes. They're not moccasins. They're more hard.
Like deck shoes? Like boat shoes?
More like boat shoes, but not like I don't want you to get the wrong idea. They're the kind of thing you could wear at a not at a business meeting, but at
So just brown casual.
yeah, exactly, but not moccasins.
Okay.
That's what I have. I just have 2 pair of shoes.
And where are the shoes at now?
Well, the black shoes are in the same room where the suit is. When you enter the house through the garage, you go to your left, there's a room, and that room has hangers. And my dress shirt and my dress suit and my dress shoes are all in that closet. The shoes that I wore yesterday were in the bedroom I was sleeping in, and I assume I put them on when I got up. I don't know. They're either in the bedroom or in the living room, or maybe I had them when I saw my mother. I don't know.
All right, so you go to the movie.
Okay, so we leave at 9. We're home at 9:20. We have.
Is there any alarm or anything in the house?
There is, and
Do you guys set it, or
No,
does
my
your
mom-
use it?
no, I'm told by some of the neighbors that she uses it when she's home alone. I've never seen her use it, and my sister Ellen told me today that whenever anyone's over the house, she never uses it.
Okay, now
The code is 5418.
when you left, did you secure the house front door, or is it front door will stay locked? And you use the garage door opener?
The front door should be locked. I don't know whether it was. I'm not saying it wasn't. I don't know. I didn't check. And the garage, you leave through the garage door. There's also a back door.
Let me ask you this:
There's also
since you've been here, have you gone in and out of the front door?
of course.
So you don't just use the garage door.
Oh no,
So at what point was the garage door unsecured?
just leaving the house between 7 and 9, or 20 of 7 and 9:20.
All right, but it would have been secured.
At usually around 9:30 or 10 o'clock at night, either I or my mother walks, if I'm here, walks the dog, and occasionally, but not often, she walks the dog one more time just to take a pee. She'll walk the dog at 9:30 to give him 5 or 6 minutes, 10 minutes of exercise, and then sometimes she'll take him out at 11 to just pee on the grass.
All right, let's go
When she
specifically
when she
though,
finishes
what
that,
happened last night.
when she finishes that pee with the dog, she shuts the garage door. The car, she brings the car in. If it's not in, she shuts the garage door. She locks the front door. I'm told, I've never seen this, that she puts on the alarm, and that's the story.
What
Last night.
happened?
So
What happened last night when
Okay.
you guys got?
Okay.
You said it was 9:20.
Oh, that's a guess. I mean, the movie ended at 9.
Right.
Okay. So we reheated some chili that I made on Friday night. We had chili. We had iceberg lettuce. My mother likes to drink wine. She had a glass or two of white wine. I had a little white wine, and I don't drink a lot of wine. At 9:30, there's a program on television she likes. It's called The Good Wife. I went to the couch to watch it. She took the dog out, and then she came back and she watched it. I was getting tired. There was another program on, I don't know what it's called, When the Good Wife Ended.
On the same channel then?
I don't know, but I'll tell you what it was about. It was set in the 60s. It was set in the 1960s. I don't know any of the actors. I know some of the actors in The Good Wife.
Did you watch the whole Good Wife? The whole
I kind
entire...
of dozed. Well, it was on the whole time. I mean, it was on from start to finish, but I was dozing. But I remember the actors, and they had some scene about a stripper. In the other program, I don't know the actors. It's set in the 60s, like I said. And all I remember is that there was a woman talking about how that some women look down on women who have sex before marriage, but she doesn't. And I kind of fell asleep. I remember rolling off the couch into the bedroom around 11:15, said goodnight to my mom.
Did you guys have any conversation while we're watching
No,
TV?
well, I was dozing, no.
So no conversation?
Not that I mean, I don't know.
How about during dinner?
Of course.
What did you guys talk about?
I don't know.
I'm sorry we have to be so specific,
but I-
Tom, but we, any little thing, you know, and you know it is, any little thing can help us with this case. All right?
I'll tell you, okay, I don't know. Let me think. What were we talking about during dinner? My sister, okay, there's a sister who's apparently flying down today. Her name is Abby. Abby is younger than I and older than Ellen. Abby has a business. She owns a video store which has a lottery. And the video store is not a good business, as you probably can imagine. The lottery makes her some money. My mom and I were talking about whether it was possible, this is up in Cleveland, Ohio, possible under Ohio law, for her to sell off most of the square footage of the business and just keep a small square footage and therefore small rent for the lottery. Since we don't know, and my sister Abby doesn't know, and she's going to be seeing her accountant in February, she has no idea whether she's making money, and if so, she doesn't know whether she's making the money only from the lottery or also from the business. And I made the suggestion, and my mom wanted me to mention this to Abby, that she consider the possibility of getting rid of the video store, turning it over to anybody, or selling it off, or having somebody move in and make a clothing store, and just keep the square footage for the lottery.
While Thomas describes a peaceful evening, investigators at the scene were confronted with a completely different reality. Anna Gross had been brutally murdered with multiple stab wounds, and every detail of Thomas's account was scrutinized in the context of that violence.
And that was dinner conversation.
Okay, so you go to bed at 10:45.
I mean, that's a guess. I'm not,
Right, but you leave your mom, she's still watching TV.
I think so.
Where was she
Yes.
watching TV? What room are you guys watching?
There's a living room. There are two couches. So like, you're the television. I'm lying on the couch that goes like this. She and the dog are lying on the couch that go like this.
The one that's got the towel, the blanket or the towel on it.
I have no idea. There's a red thing. It could be in either one.
Yeah.
But it could be in either one. I have no idea which one is on.
All right, so again, you go to bed, and your mom's on the couch with the dog.
I hear, I think fairly early in the evening.
Well, let me ask you this real
Yeah,
quick.
sure.
When you get home, you're driving.
Home at 9:20.
Right, you get home at 9:20. Do you park the car in the garage? Or
No,
do you...
not yet.
All right, how does the car get in the garage?
Presume that my mother brings it in.
Okay. So did you go in the garage any other time then, until you found your mother?
What do you mean?
were you in the garage from any time from when you guys came home at 9:20 to when you found her this morning? Had you gone back to the garage or anything?
Other than when you found her?
I'm thinking. We had a thing of tomato paste that she wanted me to throw out. There's a when you go into the garage, here's my mom's car, here's the other car. On the left, there's a bin of recyclables.
Okay.
I threw out tomato paste. To the best of my knowledge, that's the only time I was in the garage.
When was that? About what time? Like
9:30, maybe when the good wife begins. Maybe
before dinner then? Or?
no, after the
Was that after dinner, but before the show?
at the beginning of the show. I don't know.
And at that point, was the car in the garage, or was the car in the driveway?
I believe that the car was in the garage. She may have brought it. Oh, so I'll tell you when it was. I guess if she took Nikki out at 9:30, then when she brought Nikki back in, she probably pulled the car into the garage. That's my guess.
Okay, but when you put the tomato paste
The car was there.
in the recyclables,
The car was there.
and the garage door was closed,
And always. I mean, at night, always.
and this would have been 9:30.
9:45, 9:30. I don't know.
Okay, well you went to bed at you went to bed at 11:15, right? So before the good wife.
Before, during, at the beginning. I mean, you know.
Right. All right, so
Okay, so you set your iPhone alarm for 3:45.
3:45. Got up at 3:45 and promptly fell back to sleep.
Okay, when you said you got up, did you actually get out of bed, or you just wake up, smack the alarm, and go back to sleep?
So I did.
Gotcha. Okay.
Counted on my mom. We were going to leave the house at approximately 4:30 because my flight is at 6:45 and we wanted to be there at 5:30. It's about an hour from there to the Tampa airport.
I'm sorry, your alarm was set for 3:45.
3:45. I woke up, and again, now I can't give you the exact time because you will be able to check it against when I called 911. I got up between 5 and 10 minutes before I called 911, whenever that was. Let's say that is 5:30. It could be earlier. I don't know.
Fair enough.
But if it's 5:30, that means I got up at 5:20 or 5:25.
We'll just say 10 minutes before 9.
5 to 10 minutes before.
5 to 10 minutes.
And I'm safe. I said, my goodness, it's late, and we're gonna have to rush to the airport. And I walked through the house, and I'm looking for my mom, and I don't see her, and I'm not concerned. And I see the dog, Nikki, in the garage, and I go to get Nikki, and Nikki is not. Excuse me, I'm going to touch you for a second. Nikki is not touching my mother like this. Nikki's like this, and he is licking up, I guess, blood.
Let's just, when you wake up, what are you wearing? Do you get dressed?
I put on my jeans. I was wearing underwear, the regular white jockey underwear, not the short kind, not the not the stuff that goes down to here, right here. And
So you put on your jeans.
I put on my jeans. Put on my shoes.
Those casual brown shoes.
I put on socks and shoes. Shoes, maybe. I don't know. I think. I don't know. I think.
I'm sorry to have to ask you such specific
Okay,
questions.
I don't know.
But I can tell you're getting upset with this.
I'm not upset with you.
All right, well, I don't want you to
I'm
get
upset about something else altogether. I'm not upset, sir.
Because we're all on the same side
I
here.
know
We're
that.
trying to.
I know that. I'm not upset.
All right, so you wake up. Now you're late. So you put on your jeans, your socks and shoes.
Believe so, yes. And I see the dog, and then I see my mom.
No. So you wake up, and then what do you started looking for your mom? Where'd you go first? Did you go in a bedroom?
Yeah, sure. But come out of, I don't know whether you know which room I'm in. There's a room with 2 double beds.
Is that the one you're in?
That's the one I'm in.
Okay.
Did you make the bed when you woke up?
There is, you come out of that room, you walk past some chairs, which are like kitchen stool chairs, and you take a turn, or kind of a right turn, and then a left turn that takes you into my mom's bedroom. So I went into my mom's bedroom. She wasn't there, and in the bathroom, Then I took a look in case she was in the living room. I just walked past it. And then I looked at the bedroom where my suit is and my shirt, and I said, Jesus Christ, I better get dressed in a hurry. And then I looked down the hall, and I saw Nikki, the hall where on the left there's a washer and a dryer. I saw Nikki the dog.
In the garage?
Nikki the dog was in the garage. There are two doors. There's a screen door and a wood door.
Right.
The wood door was open. I think there's a screen door and a wood door. I honestly, that's what I think. And is that true? And the screen, he can push the screen open. He was in. And I
Okay, but I think the screen door is on a spring, isn't it?
Mhm.
So that would have been
So
closed.
hydraulic, yeah.
Right.
okay.
So-
Then I don't know. But he was inside. He was inside.
In the
In the
garage.
garage. He was in the garage.
Okay, but I'm just curious how you would have seen from the hallway, because
I don't know. I heard him. I don't know, sir.
You said you were walking back into that old study where your
Right.
suit and such
Right.
was.
was there any lights on? Because now it's like let's say 5:30.
Yeah, but I don't know what the lights are, sir.
No, but
I
when
don't-
you were walking around looking for your mom, were the lights on and turning
There's some
on
lights on. Yeah, of course. I don't know which lights are on and which lights are off. I have no idea.
Well, it's pretty important, because, whoever came in there could have turned lights on, or,
Okay, it's, you're a detective. You think about these things.
right, and that's why I'm asking you to think. You have a graduate degree, you're a smart guy,
I don't know.
right?
You're being nice.
Did you use the restroom when you got up?
Probably. I definitely used it at night.
Which restroom were you using? There's three.
Well, I've used all three. During the night, I tend to use only the restroom that's near the bedroom I'm in.
Okay.
But I've used the one in my mom's room, and I've used the one in the when you walk through the garage and you go out to the left. There's a restroom there. I've used that as well.
Which one? You said you think you may have used the restroom when you got up, when you went looking for your mom.
The one that would be immediately near me.
Okay. Do you remember doing that, or?
No.
Okay.
It's not the kind of thing you tend to think about.
Right. I don't mark it on my calendar either. I'm just wondering if you remember.
I know at my age, I have to get up during the night.
Initial crime scene reports indicated that crucial evidence had been disturbed. Investigators now focus on Thomas's admission that he moved a shoe rack and removed a kitchen knife from his own mother's throat, thereby altering the scene.
Let's just nail down this thing with the door. I have a concern about that, because it's the way you said the dog was licking the blood, and you wouldn't have been able to see that, so.
And I don't.
But we need to explain all these things. So
Did you-
the screen
John,
doors
I don't
on a spring.
know. I don't know. What I remember is seeing Nikki. And Nikki was outside, and Nikki was licking the blood.
Now, when you
Maybe
saw,
he made noise and I went up. I don't. It's not the kind of thing that you think about.
when you were coming back down the
I have
hallway,
no idea.
when you're coming back down the hallway,
What do you mean back that? What does that mean?
when did you see Nikki in the garage? When you were going to the bedroom or coming out of the bedroom?
I don't know.
Yeah, because you said you'd gone through. Your mom wasn't in the room, so then you went to the back. You went to the old study to go
yeah.
put your clothes on because you were thinking you were going to be late, right?
Right. I was late.
Right. So had you made it into the bedroom yet? But either
How about
before or
the-
after you saw Nikki
Sorry?
either before or after you got to the bedroom, you saw Nikki down that hallway when you passed by. Is that correct?
Either before or after. Sure, it's one or the other. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't
Saying
know. I don't know.
it. Okay, now did you go into the garage when you saw Nikki in there?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's when you seen your mom, I
I
guess.
saw my mom. I saw her.
Are you sure? Because there's some vomit in the car.
I
But
did not.
inside the car.
I did not puke. No.
Did your mom vomit at any time, like on any of your trips yesterday?
Not that I saw.
You would have seen, right?
No,
If you
the
were in
answer
the
is no.
car.
So the answer is no.
All right, so you see your mom. And what's
So there's vomit in the car?
Yes, sir. So the first thing you see,
There's vomit in the car.
Yes, sir. First thing you see when you see your
I
mom,
don't think.
what do you do? This is very important. What do you do? Because we have to explain physical
After
evidence.
I take after I want to puke, I go and I pick up the phone from the kitchen.
So you leave your mom, you go back into the kitchen.
Pick up the phone,
This is the house phone.
the house phone.
Okay.
And I pick up towels from the bathroom where I take a shower, which is the one near the bedroom, and the bathroom where it is near the room where I had the suit and tie.
Let me ask you this. I'm
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt you, but you didn't go and check on her and see what happened? Because I would assume there's no light in the garage. Well, the light probably wasn't on.
I have no idea whether I was on or not.
All right, but, I mean, so you actually
I don't-
seen her enough to get towels to clean
I
up the
was
blood?
there. I was there.
See, but she was underneath the car kind of, and that's why
I
I'm
removed.
curious.
I removed. There was not.
See, that's why I said this is
I
very
removed-
important, Tom.
There was a shoe rack. A metal, thin metal shoe rack.
Right.
And her head was between the two pieces of the metal shoe rack. I removed the shoe rack, and if you're asking me whether that happened before I got the towels and the phone for 911 or after, I have no idea.
Okay, where was the shoe rack at originally?
Well, first,
Where does it normally live?
I think exactly where she was. That is, if you walk into the garage from the door, and the car is here and the visiting car is there, it's over there on the left.
Okay, it's not in front of the Honda, it's over on the side?
I don't know.
Okay, if you come
Remember, I don't live there.
Well, I understand that. If you come in from the garage door, the roll-up door.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you walked in where the Honda sits. Okay. Say the Honda wasn't there.
Yeah.
So you walk in there where the Honda sits. Is that shoe rack on the same wall as the door, or the next wall over? Yeah, the door into the house.
First, I don't know where the shoe rack is. I think that the shoe rack is not on the wall facing the garage door,
Mhm.
although it could be.
I'm
Look
just
at
asking
look
what
at it
you
this
remember.
way. When you drove in to the garage, did you have to worry about hitting that?
That? No, I have to worry about hitting the other car. I have to worry about making sure there's enough space on the right to make sure I don't go too far forward. I have to make sure that I'm in deep enough.
Right. Do you think it was against the sidewall
I have
or
no
against the front?
John, I don't know.
Okay.
All right.
All right, but let's get back to when you first seen her, okay? Exactly what you did. Did you go down and check her? Because I got to tell you, what you told me, all right, was that they told you to take the knife out of her.
No, I don't think she said that. Maybe if I said I don't
Well,
remember.
you said.
I said I took it out.
Okay,
She said no. She said I don't know. She said put the 911 operator. And the 911 said put your hand on her forehead and put
Right,
lift your head back like that.
right, but let's go back to the knife while we're on the knife.
Where was
Okay.
it?
Where was the knife when you first seen it?
In her throat.
Okay, and why did you take it out? Or did you take it out?
I most certainly did.
Okay. So,
This
okay.
is my mother.
I know, sir. All right, and I'm sorry we have to go through this, but it's very important because there's physical evidence that doesn't match what you're telling us, and we
You
got to
say so, but-
reconcile it.
Okay, well look.
All right. Well, you know what reconcile means, right?
Yeah, but I'll tell you, I do, but I think you're looking for something that isn't there.
Well, first of all, what we got to say is we're looking for the truth, okay? And you're helping us try to find the truth. All right. So that's why it's important when you first
It's
seen your
impossible, John.
mother.
It's an impossible question. I don't know. All I remember is seeing her head between two pieces of the metal thing and removing the metal thing. And I remember taking the knife out, and I believe, and if I said this, I apologize. I don't think I said it, but I don't think it was because the 911 operators had taken the knife out. I don't recall that at all. I believe I took it out when when her head was back and her chin was up.
All right, let's go back to the towels. So you seen her, and then you went to the kitchen and retrieved the knife.
Kitchen, no.
Well, you said you went and got the phone from the kitchen.
For the kitchen, for the
And then
phone.
you said you went and got the towels from your bathroom.
2 bathrooms.
Okay, 2 bathrooms. All right, now what predisposed you to go and get towels?
Because it was blood everywhere.
All right, so when you walked in, that's what I'm getting at, is you seen your mom laying there and there was blood everywhere.
Yeah.
Where'd you get the towels from? Were they hanging on the towel racks or were they in a closet?
Towel racks.
Towel racks, okay.
Well, actually, my bathroom, they were draped over the shower.
You want another cup of coffee, Tom? Or
No,
Are you sure? You want some water?
I'm fine, John.
All right, I'm sorry we have to get so specific here, but what we're trying to do is just we just need the sequence of what happened.
I'm doing my best.
And you are. You're doing very well. But
Right, this
you
is
were
very
the first
traumatic.
one there. So
I
this
was
is
the only one there.
right. Which is the point. That's why we need to know as much as you can possibly remember. Okay? So you came into the garage.
I tell you again, in no order.
Let's try to get an order, okay? You came into the
Order.
garage, you seen your mom.
I see Nikki and my mom.
Okay.
I don't believe that I believe I went straight to get towels and the phone.
Okay. Did you touch your mom first or no? You just walked in there and saw her
I
and
don't
then came back
remember.
out?
I don't recall. I have no idea. No idea.
Okay.
I come up to my mom. Now I have the phone. There are towels. I throw them down. I see that her head is. I'm about the following. I'm very certain. I think I'm very certain. I'm not certain about anything. But I take. Her head was kind of trapped between the 2 wires.
On one of the shelves.
The little shoe thing.
Yes.
I'm calling 911.
Mhm.
I don't know whether I moved her head first or call 911 first. I get a very quick response. I say, I think my mother is dead. You can listen to the tapes. You know what was said. You know better than I, or you will know better than I. And she is telling me to check for breathing. She says, put your hand on her forehead, put her head something, and see if she's breathing.
Did you do that?
Yeah, except it was, and I see this knife in her throat. So I remove the knife. And then I said, look, she's not
You
breathing.
remember what you did with it?
Absolutely no idea.
Financial records would later reveal that Thomas Gross was in significant debt to his mother. In the interrogation room, the conversation shifts to Ina's $1 million estate and Thomas's role as an heir, opening a new line of inquiry into motive.
No idea. It's
All right,
there.
so
I mean,
your
I know.
fingerprints are going to be on the knife.
Absolutely. Where was I?
You're
Putting her
moving the
head
knife.
back.
And she said, and she said, I said, she said something. Is she breathing? Or I said, she's not breathing. I said, she's dead. She goes, well, you need to give her 600, not percussion, compressions. I said, okay. I give 2, and I hear her breast.
What'd you do with the phone when you were doing that?
Somewhere. My mom is lying basically like this. I don't know what angle. I'm here. I'm kind of pressing like that. There's some place up to my left to put the phone, and it's not standing up. I think it's lying down, but it's on something to my left. Here's the front of the car. Can I draw this? This is a bad drawing. There's nothing to scale. Here's the car. Here are the tires. My mom is something like this.
Just put her
I'm basically
circle
here.
where her head is. And,
Her head is here.
Okay.
This is my head. And over here, there's something to put the cell phone on. Not the cell phone, the phone. Because she says to me, over here, and she says to me,
Show me where that wire rack is. Now, what did you do? Because if that was
I had to
over her,
pick it.
did you pick it up?
I don't
move
make,
it?
I mean, I'm sure, absolutely.
Did you pull her out from underneath the car to do the compression?
No, she was not underneath the car.
Did you move her back underneath the car when you were done? Or?
No, I don't believe so. I mean,
Well, actually, the better question is, do you remember moving her?
I don't believe that I did.
What'd you do with the towels?
They were there. I don't know. They were just.
Did you start like?
No.
Did you put the
Yeah, but it was
towel
all
in?
blood. It was all blood everywhere. And then I put my leg down, and it was full of blood where my leg was when I'm going like this, and there's blood underneath her neck and blood over there to my left. To my left, there's blood. So there's blood where my knee is here. This is me. Yes.
Yeah.
My knee is here. There's blood. There's blood over here, and there's blood all over here. This is blood.
And you put the towels on top of the blood, correct?
Well, initially I thought I was going to put them on my mom, but it was. Then she said, "No, you got to give her the percussion." So anyway, I counted up to 240, and it was ridiculous. She was just dead.
How did you know you broke her breast?
I heard it. I mean, the autopsy will tell you guys. I heard it. I'd be very. This is really morbid. I'd like to know that, but I'm sure I did that.
Would you heard it crack?
I believe I did, sir.
It's actually very, very normal for that to occur.
Actually, if you do it correct.
Yeah, if you do it right, you will.
You will crack it.
Oh yeah, if you do it right, you'll do it. You'll
Well, I
crack
said to the 911 lady that over 20 years ago I took a CPR course, but she said, "Well, things have changed."
You went to bed at 10:45.
More or less. Yeah.
You didn't get up at any time.
I did. To pee.
Okay, you didn't hear anything, any bangs?
I did. Bang? No. What I heard until
You didn't hear
latest at 1 o'clock, if not earlier, if not midnight, if not 11:30, pitter patter.
Well, you told me that you heard your mom up.
Pitter patter.
But no loud noises?
Absolutely not.
Nothing that would have woke the neighbors
Absolutely,
up?
absolutely not.
I mean, just,
Absolutely not.
and
Absolutely
is that usual for your mother? Like
not. Pitter patter?
to get up in the middle of the
Yeah,
night?
yeah. Since my dad passed away.
Now, your dad's he was a world-renowned
Yes, he was.
oncologist,
Yes,
right?
he was.
And the reason you came to the country for this visit was
If I may
to
be
go
precise.
to
Okay. It's nothing to do with this.
well, there's a reason you're here, and that's the reason.
Okay. The reason is that an organization in Gainesville, which has a name called Stop Children's Cancer, raised a lot of money. They raised the money in order to set up an annual lecture series in my father's name, and to have $150,000 a year for clinical research, which they did, which they have. On Thursday night and Friday morning was the first annual Samuel Gross, whatever they call it.
Is that your dad?
Yes.
When you got up this morning, did you make your bed?
You asked me that. I don't believe I did. I mean, I may have.
Okay, so your bed would have been totally...
You may have,
No, not totally. No. It would have. I just take the things and throw them up. You know, I didn't make it. My mom likes when you make the bed. I didn't make the bed.
Right, how
The
about-
bed on the other bed was made.
Right, now does your mom make her bed every night?
My mom
I mean, every
makes
morning?
her bed every morning.
Every morning.
Every morning.
She looked like she tucks the sheets in and everything.
She's very, very, very methodical.
Because it doesn't look... Well, let me ask you this. Did she go to bed last night?
First, I have no idea. Second, logically so. First, I have no idea. Second, logically so. That's all I can tell you. And yes, she makes her bed. Forgetting about this tragedy for a second. If we had actually gotten up when we were supposed to get up, it would be very possible that she wouldn't make her bed before we left to go up to Tampa Airport. But on a normal day where she gets up at 7, her bed is made by 8, if not earlier.
Well, that's a good question. Whether she actually went to bed last night, or whether she stayed up all night.
She would never stay up all night. There's no reason she'd stay up all night.
So
Why would she stay up all night?
Maybe she was killed like at 11:15 or 11:30.
Maybe she was
asleep. She could have been killed at 11:15 or 11:30. Other than the pitter patter.
Well, the autopsy report will say that I don't know. I have no idea.
Did you hear the car in the garage running at all last night?
Did I hear the car in the garage? I did not hear the car in the garage.
Not at even like 11, 11:30, 12?
I did not hear it.
Okay.
you didn't pull the car in the garage, correct?
You already answered that.
First, I don't even remember. I believe that my mother pulled it in after she took Nikki for a walk.
And that was at around 9:30, so.
9:30, 10, 20 of 10, 9:30.
So are you thinking that an intruder came in? It must be, right?
Well, of course, that's the answer. You asked me earlier today, early in the morning, what could it be to think? And I don't know, obviously. The only thing I can think of, and I'm not suggesting this because I have no idea, my mom has nothing valuable in the house, with the exception, I would have been happy to put it out to you, or when we get back to the house, if the house is, we can walk through it, one painting, which she's told me is worth a lot of money. But not millions, I think, you know, tens of thousands, but only okay.
Well, while you're on the subject, though, your mother's worth, you said, $5 to $6 million?
No, I think less. I think $4 to $5 million. She gives us updates all the time. She sent an update yesterday, both to my sister Ellen and to me. Ellen opened it. I didn't open it, but what she does is every couple months she likes to. She's very methodical because she moved money, apparently different CDs and whatnot, and I don't know. I am the. You asked me if I'm the executor. I don't believe I'm the executor. I am the trustee, along with a distant cousin of the proceeds of her will, and I am a beneficiary, and I've never seen the will. To the best of my knowledge, based on what she's told me, it has 4 components. I get a certain sum of money. My sister Ellen, who you met, gets a certain sum of money. And I can be foggy about the next 2 because I've never seen it. On behalf of my sister Abby, who's flying in, I am supposed to manage that money for her and make sure she doesn't make a mess of it. And on behalf of my sister Sarah, who's schizophrenic, the 3 of us, from our proceeds, are supposed to always leave enough that we're always taking care of.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Now,
Let me ask you about this. How
something
about,
else I forgot. It's very tough.
like your mom, you told me earlier that she had she was a great woman, absolutely, but she was a little off because her husband passed away about a year and a half ago.
My mom,
Was she,
my mom, like everybody, has pros and cons. My mom, for this is irrelevant because you guys are detectives, I'm not, but this was murder if I ever saw.
There's no way she could have committed.
She could have, but not last night. That's just impossible. I saw the blood.
As inconsistencies began to appear between Thomas's testimony and the evidence, the interrogation reached a turning point. Detectives formally read him his Miranda rights, a move signaling his transition from a key witness to the primary suspect.
She talked a great deal on Friday. She said something to the effect of that she doesn't want any further part of this world, but that has nothing to do with what happened last night.
It would be highly unusual for her to stab herself in her neck.
No way. No way. One of the policemen, before you arrived, asked me if I thought it was self-inflicted, and I don't know whether this is a question that a policeman is required to ask. Again, if he's required, please forgive me. I thought it was the stupidest question I've ever heard.
While we're talking about the knife, can you describe where it was on her neck and whether it was like straight up and down or on an angle or like which way the blade was?
No, I just know that there were several and the blade was in. I don't know what angle.
Like how was it? Like did you?
I don't.
Was it hard to get out or?
I don't recall it being hard to get out. I just remember pulling it straight out.
Okay, you just went like this, pull it straight out. When you had to go like that?
Not to the best of my knowledge. I don't know. You guys did the forensics. I don't know. I just remember taking it out.
Right, but Tom, you just went like this. It's
So
almost like a cut. Did you do any more damage maybe when you?
I hope not. I certainly hope not.
Is it possible?
Unlikely, but possible, but unlikely. I don't think so. I may have used my left hand. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Are you the oldest?
I'm the oldest. I'm 57. I don't think I did any further. Who knows? It was a mess.
Are you right or left hand?
Right-handed.
So you would have to reach across. You probably took it out with your right hand, or
I don't recall, sir. I don't know. Any guess is good.
right. So you didn't hear any banging. Did the doorbell ring? Did
Nothing,
the
and not
door
and
slam?
not
garage door go up
and
and
not
down?
Nikki.
No,
The
the
Nikki.
dog didn't
Now let me
bark?
explain. So let me tell you, Nikki is a friendly dog. He doesn't have a crazy bark like a police dog, but he has an affectionate bark. No, I did not hear that.
Would Nikki normally bark when somebody came to the door?
Yeah.
Somebody knocks?
Yeah. Oh, the doorbell rings.
Okay, what if somebody comes in, the dog bark?
You could check the records, but off the top of my head, I'm guessing 8 years.
So your dad lived here too, then? Huh?
Oh yeah.
So they retired down to Sarasota.
They made a couple retirements. My father, after he left Shands at Gainesville, became the director of the Walt Disney Cancer Center in Orlando, Florida, for several years. They then decided they wanted to, quote, retire in North Carolina. They moved up to near Chapel Hill. It wasn't Chapel Hill, among other reasons, because they wanted to be near excellent medical centers, UNC and Duke, and because both UNC and Duke offered him teaching opportunities. One for like next to no pay, and the other for nothing. But he was born in 1925, so they went up there, let's say in 95, so he was 70. My father was very active. His brain was active until the last day. And he wanted to be part of the academic environment, continue to teach. You'll know when the deed was if you check it, but I'm guessing in 2001 or actually it had to be after September 11th. I remember seeing them in North Carolina after September 11th. So let's say maybe 2002, they moved to Sarasota. The only house they lived in was this house. This isn't relevant what I'm about to say, but they made a bid for another house, which they made an agreement on, and then they decided they didn't want it, so they paid $25,000 of damages and backed out of the contract and bought the house that they presently bought. I'm guessing 2002. I don't know. You can check that.
Can you explain to us again how with the CPR? Because when we looked at your mom, she's laying down and like she's kind of under the car, and then the wire rack is almost like perpendicular, like a crosser. I'm just
It may have
wondering-
fallen after I stopped. I don't know. When I did CPR,
There was no wire rack
to the
there.
best of my recollection, I had moved her head up and pushed it up over there somewhere. But over there it's like from here to here. There's no room.
Right.
You guys know the crime scene better than I.
Sorry about that. Listen, I don't want to get off on the wrong foot with you. Okay.
It's not the wrong foot. I want to do everything.
Right, but you have to realize, from our standpoint, and I'm sure you watch, CSI, Law and Order. Everybody looks at that stuff now, okay? And you got to understand that we have to eliminate all the possible suspects so we can move on to other things, okay? But at this point, I'm going to say, that you're possibly a suspect, and you have to look at that in a rational manner. You're an intelligent guy.
I do. I just don't particularly appreciate the thought. I understand.
I understand that, and I know.
But you have to understand why, though. Do you understand why?
Because I
know it's
am the
distasteful.
person in the house.
Right. You're the only person that we know of, for sure, that was in the house, right? It was you, your mom, the dog, right?
The dog
Okay,
definitely.
we know the dog didn't do it because it didn't have any thumbs, right? So no opposable thumbs, which means the dog didn't do it.
That means that rules out monkeys too.
No, actually, some monkeys have opposable thumbs. We're not gonna get into the discussion of grade apes versus
You guys are a lot
monkeys.
smarter than me.
Okay, but here's the thing, right? Is that we know you were in the house and you have opposable thumbs, which makes you are in the suspect pool like anybody else would be, okay? The dog didn't do it, like we said, no thumbs.
I understand that.
And we don't think your mom did it,
Absolutely no.
okay?
Well, unless it's I mean,
No way. No, then she would have gone off the bridge,
Okay.
like she said 10
Right.
or 12 times.
But now here's the thing, okay? And it's like John was telling you. I understand that things happen real fast and things were very shocking, okay? But there's some problems with what you've already told us. There's some discrepancies, and we really want to get those cleared up so we can understand better.
But okay, I obviously have a better, even a stronger interest than you guys do. But I can't pretend to know all the precise answers to some of these very, very, very specific questions because I don't know.
well, that's fine. If you don't know, then just say
I
you
believe
don't know.
I've said.
Right. But there's certain things, there's certain physical evidence that we need to clear up that only you can answer.
I'll do my best.
All right, but since we broached the subject about Miranda, all right, I think it would be prudent for us to read you Miranda,
Why?
just because you have rights. All right, you have
But
rights.
see, I'm stupid here. You think you said it's
No,
fine?
no,
No. Here I'm stupid. Are you telling me that what are you telling me?
I'm telling you that
That
you're not
because-
under arrest.
Right.
All right, you're still free to leave. Okay, but because of certain physical evidence and certain indiscrepancies, that you possibly could be a suspect.
Is that Miranda?
Well,
Sort of.
I thought Miranda was something else. I thought
Well,
that
it
was
is
like
something else.
read book 'em, Dano, that
No,
kind
no,
of
no,
stuff.
No. Miranda does not imply that you've been arrested. It simply means that we're investigating a crime and you are a potential suspect.
Okay.
And we already know why you're a potential suspect, right? Because you have thumbs and you were in the house.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And you have rights.
That's what it boils down to.
And you have rights. And
And-
you need to be aware of those rights before we proceed any
So
further.
you want to read me my rights, as
I
they
do.
say in TV?
Yes.
I do.
This is great.
That's exactly what we're going to do.
But again, Tom, before you even get started,
Hey, but
you're not going to be arrested right now.
That's
you were not under
Okay?
arrest.
You're not under arrest.
You're
You're,
free to go.
still free to leave. Okay? But we would be remiss, okay, and negligent, all right, if we didn't
okay. Do it.
advise you of your rights and
Thank
then
you.
you decide what you want to do. Now, you have a MA in international economics and international studies, so
I don't know how relevant that is for this job.
Means you
well,
can
it's
read,
very
right?
relevant
That I can read.
that
Okay.
you are intelligent enough to make a decision.
Okay. Let's.
Okay. Like I said, this doesn't change the game from where we are now.
Then you should know, if you don't already, that someone sitting in my chair is a very, very,
Right,
very different feeling.
And I'm
Sure.
sure it is. And
Again.
it's probably, I don't know what the right word is. It's embarrassing or.
No, it's just it's uncomfortable in the extreme.
Well, let's read the rights and see what you decide to do.
Right.
All right.
It says you have the right to remain silent. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Can you check the box
Yes,
for
I
me,
will.
please? Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
All right. You have the right to talk to an attorney, have him or her present with you before and during questioning. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, will be appointed to represent you at no cost to you before and during questioning if you wish. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
You can decide at any time to
Yes.
not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, now it's got two questions. Do you understand each of these rights I have explained to you?
Yes, I do.
Have these rights in mind? Do you wish to talk to us now?
I don't know. I'll say yes until I say no. What do you think?
That's your right.
Again,
That's what
like
I'm
it
saying. You
says
can decide at any
right in
time.
here, you can decide at any time that you don't want to talk to me or John. That's fine.
We talked about the game like yesterday. That would be okay.
Talk about whatever you want to talk about.
That game was awesome.
I
Well, I was voting
Will you
for
sign there for
were
me?
you
sir?
voting for Denver for?
Denver.
Yeah, because of Tebow.
Okay.
Put your name, sign there, and print your name underneath. Signing this doesn't say you are waiving your rights. It simply says that we read the form. Again, this doesn't change where we were standing.
What
5
changes it
minutes
for
ago.
me? Well, change. Okay, not for you.
It
for
feels
me.
different. But
Yeah.
it may
It
feel
feels like
different
I've
now.
gone from being your best witness to being a suspect. And
But that's not true. That's not
I mean,
true.
you ever read? I just personally, I don't like it, but that's
See,
fine.
but again,
Okay,
we
you
would
do what
be
you want to do.
remiss, okay, if we did not read you your rights. All right. Actually, we would be negligent.
I just,
And
can,
we don't
can,
want
can I
to-
ask you a question?
Absolutely.
Since I have the pants that were given me by my neighbor, and in my pants are no money, no credit cards, no nothing, only courtesy my brother-in-law do I have a cell phone.
Right.
If I wish to exercise my rights, which I'd rather not do, because I'd rather somehow attempt to resolve this, but if I wish to exercise my rights, how do I get back?
We're going to drag you.
We'll still take you home.
We're gonna
Or
drive.
if you wanted us to call somebody else,
No,
we
I'd
would make
rather,
that phone call for
if
you.
you, well, I'll tell you what I don't want, is I don't want to say, I'd like to have somebody ready, you guys say, that's fine, and then you're busy, because you guys are busy guys, you spend the next 3 hours doing something else.
Tom, we're not here to lie to you, okay? We are here to tell you the truth, all right, in this investigation. All right, you have a vested interest in this.
I want this to be resolved
Like I said,
correctly,
we need to move past you. All right, hopefully we're gonna
so
answer all these
let's attempt to
questions.
do it.
All right, and then we can start moving on to,
Let's attempt to do it.
okay,
But we can't move past you
I said
until
yes.
we get these things sorted.
Oh,
Okay.
obviously,
That's what I'm saying. We can't move past you until we get these things sorted.
right.
All right? But because, like we told you, you have thumbs, therefore you're in the pool. So we got to get these things sorted before we can move on, which is why you had to read your rights.
big
because
thing
you have
is
thumbs.
this wire thing that was over your mom, all right? If you did the compressions,
Yeah, go on.
all right, there's no way you would have had
I'm quite sure I said John Curtin.
and you said it might have fallen back.
No, I didn't say it might have fallen back. I said my mom's head was, it was the bottom, one piece was here and one piece was here. I don't recall how I did it. It wasn't difficult. I pushed it up, and now, to the best of my recollection, it was no longer on her or covering her, and to the best of my recollection, it was somewhere over there to my left.
Okay, so you picked it up, the whole thing up, and you moved it. Is that what-
No,
Okay.
there was a part of it, just 2 pieces, that were covering, not covering, that's the wrong word, that were one here and one here. And I picked it up.
Okay.
I don't know about any of the other pieces. I don't know how it's constructed.
Okay.
I would like to see it, but I can tell you that I'm only talking about only 2 pieces of wire.
Okay.
And therefore, it had, to the best of my recollection, no impact whatsoever on compressions. I did 240 or 250 compressions, and other than breaking her breastbone on the first 2, I don't recall any other anything.
Okay. Now you moved the wire rack.
Yes,
Tissue rack.
yes,
Okay.
the top,
Yeah.
these 2 pieces.
Right. As I said, you moved that. Okay. Was that before or after you went and retrieved the phone and the towels?
Definitely after.
That was after.
Yes.
Okay. So you.
I'm as 99% clear, certain it was after. You know, that's my recollection.
That's all I'm
Well,
looking
it had
for is
to
your
because
recollection.
you already said that they told you to do CPR, so you had to be on the phone.
No, the phone is something else, John. There's nothing.
Oh, you had to get the phone before you started CPR.
To the best of, okay, that's true, but I wasn't about the compressions. To the best of my knowledge, and I'm repeating myself, I had to remove the wire racks even before I began. I gave her, I think she said 2 breaths. I think.
Okay.
Again, you'll hear the tape, you know.
Okay, and then with the knife, you moved the knife.
I moved first the metal pieces,
Okay. That was
and
the
then
first thing.
the knife. No, yes, and then she said, put your hand on her forehead,
Okay.
and another hand here, and I did, and it was disgusting.
Okay.
I know it's your job, but you guys are making me relive it, and I'm not crazy about it.
Sorry.
I know. And the knife was there, and I pulled the knife out, and whether I pulled it out with this hand or this hand, you can tell by looking at the fingerprints on it. I have no idea. I wasn't.
What was the next thing you did after you tipped her head back?
To the
and
best of
removed
my
the knife?
knowledge, she said, give her 2 breaths. Again, you'll check the tape, you'll know.
Just tell me what you recall.
I recall hearing that, and I recall acting on that, and then I recall telling her, this is ridiculous, my mom is dead, she's been murdered. And I recall going through my head, the woman on the other end of the 911, talking as if she was dead, her heart was stopped, and or she wasn't breathing, and or she had had a heart attack.
Right.
And therefore, she was talking to me about doing CPR, and I'm looking at this mess.
Okay.
Thomas's claim of performing CPR was a controversial detail. Forensic experts can often identify the telltale signs of chest compressions. Investigators press him on the feasibility of this act based on the layout of the crime scene.
what was the next thing you did?
She said, do compressions.
Okay.
I did 2. I heard a crunch. I pick up the phone and I said, I think I just broke my mother's breastbone. She told me beforehand to go 2 inches deep. I have no idea how deep I went. I don't know.
Okay.
I do this, I think twice. I hear a crack. My stomach is turning. I speak to the lady on the phone. She gave me her name and I've forgotten it. She says, don't do it quite so deep after I tell her I broke my mother's breastbone. And she says, and keep talking to me. Put the phone. The phone is up over here. It's about, I'll show you. You have your tape. I am, these stupid shoes of neighbors. I am quite certain I'm on my knees and the phone is up over here. And since you guys know I don't know what's over there. The phone is up over there. It's not on the ground. It's up over here. It's on something. I put the phone over there. Again, I'm on my knees, so it's maybe this high. And she says to me, before I put it up, she goes, say the numbers out loud so she can hear and don't stop. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She says, good going, ma'am. I said, do I sound like, maybe I did. She said, do I sound like a lady? And I said, fine. And I keep going and I get to 240 or 250 and it is just ridiculous. So I say, I'm stopping or whatever. Can you
We'll be able to listen to the tape. You know what I forgot to ask you about? You told me out on the scene that the front door was
Yes,
open and ajar. How did where'd you go from that to the front door?
There we go. So she says to me, the paramedics are coming. They'll be there in a minute. They're actually almost already there. I saw their lights. And when I see their lights, I go out. She goes, open the front door for them, which wasn't relevant. She didn't know where my mom was, so she's thinking of opening the front door. So I, like a parrot or a monkey with opposable thumbs, I get up and I go out to the front door, and the front door is open. It is not open. I'll show you exactly. So I hope this tape catches it, for better or for worse. It is not open like this, which one officer a couple times repeated, oh, it's open. I said, no, not you. It's not open ajar. It's open like this.
Just like 2 inches.
Okay.
No,
Oh, whatever.
whatever. Between 2 and 4.
But it was definitely unlocked.
Unlocked and open. And I open it up,
But now,
and then as I open it up the door, I see the rescue squad straight ahead of me, and they're already coming in the front door because they were told to come in the front. I said, no, it's over there by the garage.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I assume that I then went and opened up the garage door.
Okay.
That is an assumption. I don't recall that. It's only logical.
Okay.
And then they took over, and within a minute, the police got there, and they pushed me out.
We know what happened.
Okay, so
I want to emphasize the police got there maybe a minute after the rescue squad.
Right. So you were doing compressions, and she said that the paramedics are there or almost there.
Yeah, she said,
And
go to
open
the front door. Yes.
So you got up.
Yeah.
Went through the screen, back through the house. To open the
I
front
guess,
door.
sure, I must have gone through the screen.
Okay, you didn't go out the garage door.
No, absolutely
Because that
not.
was closed.
Right? Absolutely not.
So you went back through the house.
Yes.
And opened the door.
Yes.
So there should be like blood on, because you have blood on your hands.
I'm guessing you could check that.
Right, so there should be blood on
Okay.
all the doorknobs going out.
I assume.
Yeah, I would imagine, yes.
All right, another discrepancy we have is,
Was this a discrepancy now? Because I don't.
no, that's not.
That's
The door was,
clarification.
we're just clarifying what happened, all right?
You guys have one. You're not tired. I am. This is not your mom. You're professional and dispassionate. I saw my mom with all meat. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You know, I'm sorry about this.
I know it's not your fault.
Another discrepancy we have is the neighbor across the street said they seen you in the garage after 11 o'clock with the car running and you in the car.
11 o'clock seems late. Doesn't make any sense because I believe I went to bed at 11:15.
Okay, but even 10:30 would be late because you said originally that after going in from the movie, you got there.
We were home at 9:20.
Right, you never went even back in the garage. So
After throwing out the tomato paste, I don't recall
Which
going back in.
you thought was before the show started and sometime around when your mom took the dog out, which was 9:30 to 10 o'clock.
she's saying that she's seen you in the garage
I
with the car running. Let's split hairs. Let's say it was 10:30, 11:15. Is that possible?
I'm trying to think of why that would be. Why before I go to bed? Because this has to be right when I'm going to bed.
Why would I be out in the garage with the car running? And I can't think of it. I'm not certain that that's the case.
There's no way that and the garage door was open. And you shut the garage door.
You know, I don't want to contradict myself because that looks bad in your eyes.
It doesn't
I
look
don't
bad,
recall bringing the car in. I recall my mother bringing the car in after she walked the dog, but I'm not going to tell you unequivocally. My recollection is my mother brought the car in. If a neighbor across the street saw me bringing the car in, then I brought it in. But I don't recall that.
So it would have been closer to Tommy with the bat. Maybe did you?
I
take it
recall.
off?
You can check a TV program that was set in the '60s and ended with seeing Beatles tickets. I recall going straight from there to the bedroom. I have no recollection of going from there to the garage, and don't recall. I don't recall bringing the car into the garage last night. I recall my mom bringing the car into the
Where
garage.
does she normally keep her car keys?
I assume in her purse.
Okay. And when you open the garage door when the paramedics arrived, how did you open the door?
There's right when you open the screen on your left, there's a thingy.
Okay. You used the button.
To the
Did
best of my recollection.
your neighbor next door at about 4:30.
Sign, yeah.
Well, when you're looking at your mom's house, right, standing there looking at it, he said about 4:30, he heard the garage door open, and then he heard some banging doors and stuff. And the banging doors were closer to 5:30. And then I guess, did you see him this morning? Or
Yeah, I saw him. I was very pleased to see him because I thought that he was still in New Orleans. I said, "What are you doing home?" He said he got home at 4:30. I said, "This is great. Please go straight to a policeman and report what you saw."
because he said that you said twice, my mom's been murdered, and I didn't do it.
That may be. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I believe him.
Okay, but you didn't tell us that you seen him. But it concerns us that the garage door.
I saw Cy around 9 in the morning, 9 o'clock this morning, when he emerged from his house.
He said, I think he's saying this happened in the morning.
At 4:30? What happened at 5:30? Be precise, please.
I think. I didn't talk to him, okay? So I'm getting
What are
this.
you talking about, sir?
That he seen you around 5:30. You didn't see him?
I didn't see Cy at 5:30 in the morning, but I was outside the house at 5:30 because the rescue squads were arriving at that time.
Right, but the garage door was open at that time.
Because I had opened the garage door.
I'm saying at 4:30.
That I have no idea.
But you
When he was
didn't
getting
hear-
home at 4:30 is when he heard the garage door open.
But you didn't hear that in the house you were sleeping.
I did not hear that.
And you didn't hear any of the doors banging or anything like that.
I didn't hear any doors banging. At what time were doors banging?
Let's say, maybe say between 4:30 and 5:30.
That's a big time. No, I didn't hear it. I believe, again, I'd like you to check of course you will, the 911 call.
A major question in the case was how the attacker gained entry. Crime scene reports showed no signs of forced entry, compelling investigators to consider the possibility that the killer was an acquaintance or was already inside the house.
Was up, as I've said, between 5 and 10 minutes before that phone call.
Okay.
And just so that we're on the record, you and your mom had no problems, no argument?
My mom is sad a quarter of the time. My mom and I don't have any arguments. When she is sad, as any of my family members can attest, she can be unpleasant. And we've all learned just to accept her unpleasantnesses. It's not terrible. It's because of sadness.
But, just on the record, You had no argument last night?
None
no fight?
whatsoever. And as a matter of fact,
You had nothing to do with killing her?
I had nothing to do with killing her, sir. Not only that, at dinner time, which was around 9:20, as I said, she said to me, "It would be wonderful if you could come in every month like you did the last 2 months." And of course I said, "Mom, that's not possible."
Now, when you guys got home, you sat down. You said you ate chili.
We reheated. We had chili Friday night. We had some left. We reheated.
Okay, so you had chili.
Yeah.
And then you guys sat on the couch, laid on the couch.
I laid on the couch. Here's the television. I laid on the couch that goes like this. My mom and Nikki were there.
Okay. What were you wearing at that point?
was wearing the jeans that I was wearing this morning.
Okay, and what else? Did you have a shirt on?
Not necessarily, maybe.
Okay. What was your mom wearing? Had
I
she changed clothes?
Not that I'm aware of. I'm sure she had jeans. White sneakers make sense, but I'm not saying that. And in terms of the top, I have no idea.
Okay, but you're pretty sure that she hadn't changed clothes from the time you guys got home to when you all were sitting there watching TV.
99%. Don't recall it. I mean, it doesn't make sense.
But she wasn't in her night clothes, like
Not at all.
bathrobe.
Not at all.
Right.
Not at all.
Because now there's a possibility that she could have got up and met an intruder and had changed clothes and just didn't wake you up. That's a possibility too, right?
What do you mean change clothes and didn't wake me up?
And she went to sleep last night, went to bed, got up at 3:30 like she was supposed to,
3:45.
3:45, got dressed, all right, went and walked Nikki, all
I
right?
doubt that.
What happened then?
I don't know. I doubt you'd walk Nikki at 3:45.
Okay.
That's unlikely.
Okay, but my point is, we're trying to determine if she's wearing street clothes, all right? So whether she didn't go to bed last night and got killed in her street clothes, or whether she went to bed.
But don't you need to find out when the coroner's report will determine when she died?
That's not going to be as precise as you think. Yeah, they're not going to pin it down to it happened at, 10 o'clock at night or it happened at 2 o'clock in the morning. They're going to give a range,
Okay, I've seen that.
all right?
What was your question?
The question is what do you think did you think she went to bed and woke up at 3:30 or 3:45?
I have no
You got
idea.
dressed?
No, I don't. I'm not even going to speculate on an answer. I have no idea.
Did you take a shower last night or this morning?
No.
So would any of the showers been wet at all?
I put my head under water when I woke up in order to awaken myself. In the bathroom, not the bathroom by where the clothing is, where the suit was, in the bathroom by my bedroom. I put my head under the thingy to awaken myself.
The thingy, a faucet in the
Sink?
sink? Or
No,
the
the
thingy
shower.
in the shower.
The shower.
Okay. So you got up, and I asked you if you went to the bathroom. I asked you what you did, and you said you don't remember, but you remember walking through the house. But now you all of a sudden remember that
All of a
you
sudden.
stuck your head under a shower faucet when we asked you
Yeah,
specifically
yeah.
about whether you went to the bathroom, and you said you didn't know.
Now I recall. What's your name, sir?
Steven,
Steve. I'm telling you what I recall, what I don't recall. I recall putting my head, and I don't even know what time it was. I'm assuming it was this morning when I woke up at 5-ish, 5:15, whatever time. 5 minutes before the 911
Well, you
call.
had to be pretty panicky at 5:15.
I was
thinking
pretty
that You had to
panicky.
be at.
I was pretty panicked.
You had a flight at 6:45.
I was pretty
It takes
panicked.
almost an hour to get to Denver.
I was very worried that I was going to miss my flight, and I would therefore, with a penalty, have to take the following flight. There are other flights. I don't know when. I don't check the schedule.
You sleep pretty good last night? You sound sleeper?
I usually am a very sound sleeper. I usually have no trouble waking up when someone says, "Tom, get up." But I sleep. I sleep well. That is, when I put my head down, I go to sleep. I don't roll in bed or anything like that.
But you're not a sound sleeper. Like if the dog barked, you would have heard it. Or
I'm 99,
doors were banging.
90,
you would have heard
95% sure plus. That if I heard doors banging or I heard Nikki barking, that I would have awakened.
Let me ask you this: is it normal for you when you wake up to go under a shower? Because usually when I wake up, I'm sure when you wake
Yes,
up.
it's actually very normal for me to put my head
I
on.
go to a faucet and I turn on the cold water and You know,
No,
sleep
no,
out of my eye?
it's normal for me to put my head underneath the shower.
Okay, and did you have your jeans on when you did that, or just?
I'm sure I had my jeans on.
Alright,
I'm sure I had my jeans on.
and then you put your socks and shoes on.
I don't. Yeah, probably. No. I'm gonna be answering carefully. I don't know. I think so.
Okay.
I don't know. I think so.
No, if you don't know, you don't know.
Maybe you guys in your profession have learned to be very careful of monitoring your daily activities. You know, all the minutia.
Well, yeah, and we have an eye for detail, and that's our job, okay? But you being a financial advisor also have to have an eye for detail, different things.
You keep on referring to me as an intelligent guy. I take that as a compliment. I don't know if I remember what I put
You're
my
a smart
socks and
guy.
shoes on.
But you're a smart guy.
You said that you had chili with your mom, and you guys she had, you said, probably several glasses of wine, and you had
Between one and
probably-
two. I don't think she had more than two.
Okay, and you had one.
These are my best.
Right.
I mean,
All I'm asking for is your recollection.
that's that's my best recollection.
What did you do with your glass when you finished? Did you guys clear everything up? Because what I'm essentially asking you is that did you guys drink your wine after dinner or during dinner or both?
My mom typically drinks during and after. I don't know whether she drank after. I know she drank during.
Okay, what about you?
I had during and after, but it was the same glass.
Okay.
We have a counter with 2 levels. I assume I put my glass on one of those levels. I don't know which one.
Okay, up on top of the counter by the sink or somewhere?
Either on top of the counter or at the lower part. I mean, I don't know.
Where, do you know where your mom put hers?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I did the dishes.
Okay.
I
That was
did
the next
dishes.
question I was going to ask is who did the
I
dishes?
did the dishes, and I put all the stuff in the sink to
Okay,
the left.
yeah, in the drying rack.
Well, yeah, it's kind of a mangled thing. But
Yeah. Okay, let me, one more time, just try to really understand order of events here. Okay?
I'll do my best.
That's all I'm asking
I'm
for.
going to tell you again,
Mhm.
you probably know this. This is an uncomfortable feeling because instead of providing information as best I have, sitting in this seat,
Mhm.
you feel that you're a bit on the wrong side of the table.
Okay.
And it makes makes one very uncomfortable. Go ahead, I'll do my best.
When you saw Nikki in the garage,
You talk about the 5:15 in the morning, whatever time
when
that
you got
was.
up and you were wandering around the house.
Yeah.
Okay. You said that you had gone through over by the bar in the kitchen and then went to your mom's room.
Right.
Okay. And then you came back the other way to where your old
Through the
father's old
kitchen.
study is.
No. My father's maybe. Unlikely. Maybe.
Where your suit is.
My suit is not my father's old study.
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought it was
There's a room with a futon.
Mhm.
Yeah, and in that room, that's not my father's study. In that
Okay.
room is where my suit was.
Okay.
I recall going into that room.
Mhm.
I do not know. I guess it's logical I went to that room before I looked down the hallway or walked down the hallway. I don't know what lights were on in the house. I don't know what lights I turned on in the house.
Okay.
All I know is I either looked down the hall or walked down the hall. There are 2 washing and dryer on the left, which
Right.
I saw Nikki and I saw my mom, and I went out and I saw that it was bad.
Okay.
For what it's worth, I don't recall seeing a knife at that point. I recall seeing blood. I recall seeing Nikki drinking blood, licking blood, and saying, "Nikki, this is disgusting." And going back and getting towels and getting the phone to call 911 and getting there. And then again, I don't know. I guess I called 911 before I lifted the rack. That would make sense. I was seeing my mom's head, and this is very clear to me.
Mhm.
You guys are focusing on whatever. I don't know why you focus on things. I just recall seeing her head between these 2 pieces, recall moving them away because she told me to raise the forehead. Then I saw this knife. I'm pulling the knife out. I do not know if there was any gush of blood when the knife came out. I do not know if I did further damage. I don't even understand the question.
A breakthrough in the investigation came from a key witness, the neighbor. They reported seeing Thomas in the garage with the car running on the night of the murder. This testimony directly contradicted the timeline Thomas had provided to the police.
I just recall being sick to my stomach and completely aware that my mother was dead and murdered and not. I recall then, as I've said, saying in the phone, she's saying, breathe too. I think I did it. I think I recall saying, she's dead. And then she says, do 600 compressions and put the phone over here. And I was able to do it. There's something over there on the left. You guys know what it is. I don't know what it is. There was, you took photographs. You can take a look. Someone's on their knees by my mom. She's at an angle. The car is here. My mother is here. There's something over here. Is it empty?
Yes, mostly.
Excuse me. There's something over here. This is not relevant. There's something over here that I can put the phone on.
Okay.
And I am giving 240 or 250 compressions to my mom and saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the phone is there.
The shoe rack was here. Okay.
Okay.
You couldn't have kneeled next to your mother because the shoe rack was in the way.
But I did. And I was giving compressions.
The towels you brought out
Yeah.
were on top of the shoe rack, which means the shoe rack was already in the position that it was when you put the towels on top.
Okay. I don't know what that means.
That means that what you're telling me about giving compressions and being kneeling next to her
Yeah.
after you move the shoe rack
Yeah. After I
doesn't
move
make
the
any sense.
I don't. Then I'd like to see it.
Okay, it doesn't make any sense.
I think you're wrong, sir.
Mhm.
I think you're wrong.
Because the shoe rack is all laying over on its side.
I remember total chaos.
Okay, and the towels are on top of the shoe rack.
That could be. I think that you're making a wrong conclusion.
Okay.
I would like to see it.
Okay.
And I say this with all respect. You're saying I couldn't give compressions?
I'm saying that the way you describe it, it would be very difficult because there was things in the way, so you couldn't kneel next to her.
But I was
She's
next to
also
her.
partly over the car.
But I was next to her.
Okay.
So take my DNA, which I'm sure you'll find, and run and do it. I was next. I wasn't. Excuse me. In normal CPR, you're supposed to be like at a 90-degree angle.
Mm-hmm.
I keep on trying to point out this is like a 45 or 135 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
This is me.
Mm-hmm.
This is my mom. This is the car. I'm here.
Okay.
You telling me I couldn't do it? I know I did it.
Okay.
And I assume,
You did compressions.
seriously, I assume that you guys can, God, this is so vile. I assume that you can determine that I did it.
Yes.
I just was out and I made a couple of phone calls. I just wanted to know what the status of what was going on is, all right? Your mom's been removed from the house, which is a good thing. All right. And she's been taken to the medical examiner and they're going to do the autopsy now. So
How long does that take typically?
on a homicide, it's like probably 4 to 6 hours.
Okay, so by tonight,
Depends on
what
what-
time? I have no sense of time.
Right now, it's 2:45, all right? So, and it depends on what doctor is doing it. Some doctors
Right.
typically are faster than other doctors. But hopefully your mom can be released tonight, all right?
And then what has to do with forgetting about me?
Well, you're gonna be here for a couple of days, at least
I'm not going anywhere.
a week, right?
I'm going to be here, assuming
As long as it takes.
assuming you guys, right, first of all, to get my mom buried and cremated. Secondly, I'm going to be here as long as it takes to resolve this between the three of us, I hope.
But let me ask you this real quick.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any thoughts?
No. Oh, no, that's not true. That's not okay. No, that's not quite right.
Because do you know,
Let me answer your
carbon
question.
monoxide, you know about carbon monoxide?
Sure, of course.
Okay.
Let me answer your question.
You know it leaves traces and stuff, right?
Of course. Why?
Because there might be carbon monoxide that was in the garage, and then someone vomited in the car. So it's not making sense, and I understand
Put the pieces together.
perplexion.
Oh, I'm not
Well, you-
perplexed.
If you got the pieces to put
I don't
together,
put it-
can you explain it to me?
No, John. I presume that's a message.
Yes.
I did not murder.
I'm not saying that, okay? What I'm saying is we need to put the pieces together, okay?
I can't control I have nothing. I don't know anything about carbon monoxide.
Well,
Vomit.
someone puked in the car.
It wasn't.
So-
It wasn't me.
Okay, so
And
maybe,
speaking of puking, I presume that you can tell from DNA. I'm assuming who did the puking. It wasn't me, for better or for worse.
are you familiar with luminol?
I've noted what that is.
Luminol is a spray that we have to put on at night. And the reason I'm telling you about this is because we want to be as thorough as possible when we do the crime scene investigation, the CSI crap. And so we're going to have to hold the house until after dark tonight. I mean,
Well, what do I do?
well, nothing. I'm just being.
No, I mean, where do I go when we're
Well,
done?
maybe one of the neighbors or something. After we're done,
They
we're going
would.
to drive you back
When do I get into the house, if at all?
as soon as we can release it.
Which would be approximately when?
I want to say
Probably tomorrow.
be
To be
safe
real honest with you, be very safe probably tomorrow.
tomorrow or maybe even tonight.
Can someone go in and get some medications for me?
Yes.
Normal medications that we discussed
Yeah, of
earlier
course.
today?
Now you're not on any psych meds or anything like
You
that.
asked me
right?
about that. No, not
Right.
at all.
Okay. I just want to be perfectly clear about that. All right. You're on like gout, blood thinner, thyroid.
One other, hypertension.
And yeah, blood pressure.
Yeah, hypertension.
Right.
Blood thinner hypertension is different medication.
Right. One was like Coumadin, and the other ones.
I could show you the labels. So I'd like to show you.
But back to the with the carbon monoxide. I'm wondering if someone could have started the car last night with the garage door being up and then the garage door coming down at 4:30.
I don't know, John. I was in bed. I don't know. I don't know anything about this.
Can we do this? If we take a break and go back to the house, is there any way you could give us your passports? And
Yes,
just
yeah,
for a
that's,
little bit?
is that a request or a demand?
It's a request at this point. I'd rather it be a request than a demand.
I will strongly think about it.
I know
I-
you want to.
Yeah, I
you
do.
want to cooperate. and
Yeah, I do.
we
I,
wanna
but,
keep this.
but it's not. It's not. I mean, you guys do what you have to do, but as you said, no one is unintelligent here.
Right, and we're after the same goal. See, we're on.
Well,
we are after the same goal.
Not quite.
Oh no, sir. We want to catch a killer here.
Right.
You want to catch a killer, and I
Yeah,
want
but
to catch a killer.
you are thinking a different thought
Sir,
than I am as to
I told
who
you
the killer
before
is.
what we need to do. Okay, we need to get past you so we can move on. Right? And isn't that? I mean, you're an intelligent guy.
Yeah, I
Doesn't
know.
that make sense to you?
Yes, John, it makes sense. What you're ignoring, and there's nothing with logic here. What time is it again? I'll tell you what I'm asking.
2:45.
2:45?
Yes, sir.
I got up at, let's say, 5:15, more or less. 9.5 hours ago, if I'm not mistaken. I'm very tired now. I get that. It's been an exhausting day.
With all due respect, okay.
9.5 hours ago.
I had the same amount of sleep. Now I didn't go through the trauma that you went
That's the
through.
whole point.
Okay.
So 9.5.
If you slept through the whole night,
I know. I was plenty alert. 9.5 hours ago, I saw.
it was very traumatic, and we're giving you the benefit of the doubt with that.
I saw the most.
Horrific. It was definitely horrific.
When I first saw my mom from a distance, and you will know better than I, of I'm guessing 3 feet, and with me being up here and she being on the ground. When I came back and not remove, whatever the word is, take off the 2 wires and lift her head up.
It was a shelving. It was wire shelving.
Wire shelving, thank you.
All right.
That
Actually
was
part of the
that,
shoe
this
rack.
is not the first time that you have seen something along that line. This is the first time that I have seen something along that line. And it was horrendous.
And then we got to magnify it another 100% because it was your mother. It just wasn't no stranger.
It was horrendous. Where do you do next now? Where do you want to go? I'd like to. Are we anywhere near concluding this, or we're not?
Yes, we are. Well, actually, I asked if you would give up your passports. First, you said Yes.
I'm inclined to do so. Allow me to ask a question.
sure, and I can answer your question. I know what you're going to ask. You're going to say, "How long is this going to take to get
No,
resolved?"
okay. I wasn't even going to go there.
But what I'd like to say is that hopefully, with your cooperation, and if you had nothing to do with this, that we could, give you, a pass, all right, and then we can move on. But like Steve's pointed out, we have these discrepancies. We have the discrepancies.
I haven't seen one yet. You keep on talking about
And
it.
it's
I haven't
hard
seen
for
it.
us to.
And while you were gone, excuse me, I apologize for interrupting.
Well.
I would really like with you to revisit the crime scene. Did you chalk my mother? I don't know how you. What
We
you
don't
guys
do that anymore.
Okay.
We photograph it all. But,
because
you know what
Steve
we
was
could
saying.
do?
Let's please bear with me. Steve was saying something. If I correct me if I'm misquoting you, that it was not possible for me to give my mother compressions.
Mhm.
I'm telling you, and I'm hoping that the evidence will demonstrate.
Later analysis of the scene uncovered vomit in Ina's car containing a large amount of sedatives. Combined with the neighbor's testimony, a new theory began to form: a possible failed poisoning attempt via carbon monoxide.
That something is wrong. It's not either. I don't. It's not for me to speculate. Something fell over. Something wasn't. I was unequivocally able to give compressions, and I have no recollection of moving my mom's body, with the exception of removing the metal wiring, whatever it is, the shelving.
And the knife. Took the knife out.
Yeah, but I don't recall moving her body to do so. I mean,
Right, but you altered the crime scene. You moved the knife out, took the knife out of her neck.
I'm not talking about that. Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's not. I wasn't referring to that. I'm talking about her body.
Well, again, we're talking about details, and details are, you remove the knife, and then you remove the wire shelving. But then what Steve is saying.
I removed the wire shelving first.
Right, but what Steve is saying is that the wire shelving is moved back, because what Steve is saying, it's almost physically impossible for you to do.
Then something must. Then you got to determine. You have to determine, because with all respect, you're wrong. I mean,
Okay.
you see what you see. I'd like to go. I'd like to
possibility.
go there. I'd like to go there with you because you're wrong. And I'm hoping,
What I'd like to do,
as disgusting as it is, I'm hoping that my mom's chest will show that you're wrong.
what I'd like to do is at a later time, probably not today, but maybe tomorrow, is show you these crime scene photos in black and white,
Absolutely.
or actually in color. All right, and you can see what we're seeing.
I'd like to
You can
do. I'd like to
explain
do one
it.
step better.
All right.
I'd like to go back there.
Well, it's not the same anymore. The body's been moved. All right, but it's all documented. We documented it
Right.
with video. All right, so we can look at a video, or we can look at the crime scene photos.
And you could look at my mom's chest cavity. I think it is because I heard this horrible sound.
If you heard the crack, then I'm sure it's broken. And like we told you before, let me ask you this. All right, let's put
Will this
out
resolve?
there.
Will this resolve one of the discrepancies, as you say?
What's that?
What if, assuming that the medical examiner. This is really vile. This whole thing is violent. Assuming the medical examiner evidences that I did with compressions, will that resolve one of the discrepancies?
Sure.
I'd like to know. I think I have a right to see them on paper, but the others
That
are.
will be part of your
Because-
autopsy. And this once
No
this is
other discrepancies, because you guys know what you want to ask me, and I have no idea what you want to say. So it's a little unfair. I'd like to know, is this permissible? What
Well-
these so-called discrepancies are?
Oh, I think we pointed it out to you. The wire on top of your mom.
Okay, that's
Where
wrong.
it makes it,
Okay,
but
I'd
it
like,
makes it almost impossible.
you, with all respect,
Okay.
you're wrong.
Your mother was kind of underneath the car, so that and again would be difficult to do.
And what happens when you find out, John, that indeed there were compressions on her chest? 240 of them or 250 of them?
You want me to apologize?
No, not at all.
What are you looking for? You can go home right now.
No, I mean to go home, to be done with this.
Let me ask you this, I know this is going to mention it. You didn't kill your mother, right?
I did not kill my mother, and I would take a lie detector test.
You would?
Yes. I don't want to take it right now if you don't mind. I happily take it tomorrow, the next day, or the next day,
That's a
or the next day.
possibility. I'm glad you brought that up.
Okay.
All right. But if there's something about the car running at 4 o'clock in the morning. There's
I
something
know
about the
nothing
garage
about
door
that.
going up.
Fine, I know nothing about that.
But it was you that was seen with the car running.
Well, this was at
The
11.
garage.
No, this was at like a 10:30 to 11.
Right.
There's two different times that you've seen, and that's one of the discrepancies. Is we can't account for what the neighbor's saying and what you're saying.
Do you know whether that's a quarter of 11 or 11 o'clock at night?
But you said you went to bed at a quarter.
I
to
do
11.
believe I did.
And we asked you specifically
Yes,
if
you
you went
did.
into the garage.
And I
You
said no.
You said the only reason I went into the garage was to put the can
Tomato
of empty
paste.
tomato paste in the recycling bin. That's what you said.
That is
And we
correct.
said, what time? And you said
9:30.
9:30. Right.
That's right.
That's what you said.
That's correct.
But that's in direct contradiction to what the neighbor's saying across the street.
Then
The neighbor said specifically, seen you in the car. And you seen the neighbor and the garage door went down. So how do we count for that?
I don't.
But there's
I
a
don't.
reason. There's a reason that
I don't recall being in the garage at that time.
let me ask you this. This is a stupid question, but if you did kill your mother, would you admit it? If you did.
Is it-
If you did kill your mother, would you admit it?
I can't imagine doing it.
I said it was a stupid question.
I can't imagine admitting it.
If you did do it, would you admit it?
You're painting me. I don't know where this is going, but it's not good. But I'll answer your question. I don't even know why you asked that question. The only reason why anybody, myself included, would admit to doing something if there is an explanation which legitimizes it. I had no reason. I have no reason to hurt my mom.
But
My
you'd be
bad.
surprised. There's motives that you could have
No,
had
no,
an
no.
argument.
No.
It could have been
I'd
money.
be happy to have lie detector test.
Okay, but if you killed her, would you admit it? Just for
If
the-
I killed her,
If
again,
you killed your
you're-
mother, would you sit here and tell us yes you did?
again, if
Because
I
it's
answer-
vile. It's very vile. The way that's the word you've been using. It's vile.
Yeah.
Your mother's dead. All right, someone killed her. There's no
Yeah, it
doubt.
wasn't mine.
Those are two facts. Okay,
Those are two facts. I'll give you a third.
and it wasn't
It
you.
wasn't me.
Okay, and that's what we're trying to move past.
Good.
Okay, and my question again is, if you killed her,
And
would you
I
admit
believe
it?
the answer I gave you a second ago, and I don't know how you can want to misuse this against
You
me.
said there's mitigating
Is
circumstances.
that if and I was watching the game, she was very cheerful. She was very cheerful.
Let me ask you this: what was the last word you spoke to your mom? What was the very last word you said to her? Was it, "Good night, Mom, I love you"? Or was it,
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Mom.
Give her a kiss?
I usually don't, but that's not.
Well, you didn't realize it was going to be the last time you seen her. I'm sure.
It wasn't the last time. The last time I saw her was this morning.
Alive. So when you got up to go to bed last night from the couch, and she was still on the couch, the other couch with Nikki.
I believe so. Yes. I think yes.
You quantify everything with "I believe so." It's, see, we're not there, Tom.
I'm sorry, John. I am now concerned about you guys trying to paint me into a corner over some detail of minutia. And I am very hopeful that the medical examiner's report, even if it can't nail down the exact time of death, will allow a time frame that will be
How is that going to help in this investigation as far as the time frame? What if she was killed?
because she was alive at 11:15 when I said goodnight.
So what if the medical examiner says it was 2:00 in the morning? What is that going to do?
I don't know, but it means that she was alive at 11:15 when I said goodnight, Mom. Because you're asking me questions about when she was with us. And I'm trying to give you answers about when she was not with us.
Okay, so you're getting upset with me.
A little.
But I'm trying not to get you upset, all right? Because I keep telling you, we're on the same team here, all right? We want to get to the bottom of this.
Right.
But maybe there was a mitigating circumstance. something
No,
happened.
John, nothing happened. I know the question. I understand. I appreciate you asking. Nothing happened.
Mhm.
Nothing happened. My mom was she was fine. Her last comment to me at the dinner table, not our last comment, was, "I wish you would come in town every month." So if you're trying to get me, I'm sorry, the coin just fell. Took me a second. I'm not as smart as you think.
Yes, you are. You are very smart.
Not as smart as you think, John. I did not kill her. There were no mitigating circumstances to justify me killing her. There were no mitigating circumstances to justify any member of my family killing her.
Well,
I don't see the relevance of the question of what I admitted.
Why would you say something like that? Why would
Okay,
you say there's no mitigating circumstances for my
Because
family?
I was thinking of Ellen and Abby.
Well, did they show up last night?
No,
Did
of
you
course
see them?
not.
Well, that didn't even enter into my brain.
Okay, well, enter into my brain right now. because we're
Is that a possibility?
no, she did not commit
I mean, well, let's go to motive with money, okay? I mean, your mom is worth
a lot of money.
$4 to $5 million.
Absolutely.
All right, so you have 4 siblings. You split it 4 ways.
Yes and no.
That means
Actually,
you get a million.
I'll give you a stronger motive against me.
Okay.
We split it 3 ways, and we're responsible, the 3 of us, for making sure that my third sister, my fourth,
It's taken care of.
is taken care of.
Right, you already told us that.
My mom has been remarkably generous.
Despite being confronted with numerous inconsistencies, Thomas Gross does not confess and offers to take a polygraph test. The interrogation ends without an admission of guilt. He is released, but for investigators, the case has now narrowed to a single suspect.
We had no conversations about money. I would like very much to have a lie detector test about that. Like to have a lie detector test and did you kill your mother?
Lie detector works like this, okay? Do you know?
I once had to take one for,
You know, it's all yes and no.
right,
You know, did you kill your mother?
something like that, right?
Is your name Tom?
Yes.
Yes.
To get a baseline and then they ask the questions and blah, blah, blah.
BP, sweat,
I know what BP is. I don't know what that means.
blood pressure.
Oh, blood pressure.
All right, and
Right.
the chest compressions. And,
That may be, I don't recall that, but that
will you give me your passports and we can go? How's that?
I will give you my
All right,
passports.
we're gonna keep it like that, all right? Why don't we,
We're speaking candidly. Are you worried me as a flight risk with a burial
No.
coming?
no, what I wanna do is make sure my bosses don't get mad at me, all right, that I'm not doing the right thing here. Okay? So if
You are the boss.
I'm not the
No,
boss,
you're not
I'm
the boss.
a detective, all right? I'm just a detective, that's all I am. All I have to worry about is me, okay?
All right, yeah, I get news for you. I'm envious of you because the way these questions are going, and I'm telling you again, with all respect,
You're not going to offend me. So
you are so wrong about the chest compressions. I hope that I'm asked about that.
We're
Lie
gonna
detector?
get, what we're
I
gonna
hope
do
that
is,
the medical
we're
evidence.
gonna get pictures, all
What
right?
was it? What kind of picture for the medical examiner?
No, we're gonna get crime scene pictures, and we're gonna say, look at this, okay? And then you can explain
Okay,
anything.
absolutely.
Is that fair?
Very
But I wanna-
much
I
so.
wanna
Very
leave-
much
I
so.
want to leave it like this so that everyone's cool. We'll give you a
I'm
ride back.
a little uncool.
Right.
I mean,
Well,
have you ever?
know what's going to happen?
Have
you're
you,
gonna get
you've never
back-
been. I'm not accused. You've
I've
never
accused.
been
I've never-
murdered.
No, not a murder. But I've been accused of. I go to internal affairs on occasion,
Okay.
and I feel what it's like.
I'm glad you haven't slapped me around.
We don't do that anymore.
I was thinking, Jerry.
We don't do that anymore.
I want to
This
ask
is
a question.
what's-
I do want. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Then
This,
go ahead. And
this is what's going to happen. Okay.
Yeah, I want
You're
to.
going to get back, and you're going to tell your sister and your brother-in-law. Those detectives grilled me for 2 hours.
Yeah, and they think that I may well have done it, and that's a
And
fact.
then they're going to say, well, why didn't they arrest you? All right, and we're going to say, what?
I'll tell you exactly what you're going to say. You're going to say you're waiting to see
Oh,
this, you're waiting to
sure.
see that, you're waiting to do this, and that's fine.
But that's not.
I did not kill my mom. I would like to have a lie detector test. But my question about that is, am I entitled to have a lie detector test with the defense attorney present, or
Absolutely.
okay, I may
not,
ask for
not
that.
present. Not like present during the test, but you can have an attorney at any time, just like your rights.
I don't need an attorney.
All right, well, good. Well, let's stick with that. All right, let's go. All right, we'll give you a ride back.
I'd like to ask one other question. Friend to friend.
Yes, sir.
You asked me about mitigating circumstances because you thought that maybe I was angry or whatever, and I have this motive in the corner, and I'm going to say, yeah, I did it, but this is why.
Mhm.
I don't have a motive.
Whoever killed her had a motive, whether it was someone that broke into the house.
So I was starting to tell you before we left, and I'm not on a fishing expedition. You asked me early this morning to think. I thought of nothing. Cy and Lucy, who live next door, and you should please speak with Cy about the exact time of banging doors or whatever,
Okay, now,
garage
you
doors.
gotta do me a favor. Now,
I won't say a word.
you cannot go to
I
that
won't.
because then.
Oh,
it
they
could be-
invited me to actually spend the night, but I won't do
Well,
it. I won't do it.
That
I
could
won't do it.
be like
I won't
under
do it.
witness stand.
I won't-
where
okay,
we
fair
interview
enough.
you and-
Can I go? Let me rephrase the question. Neighbors. Here's my mom's house. This is Cy's house. This is a house to the left. Her name is Anna. Can I spend the night at Anna's house?
You have a right to spend.
No. I don't want.
But
I'm asking about witness tampering.
right, my thing to you is do not talk to anybody about like changing their story or.
But they'll let
anything.
you know that if I were to do that.
If you were to do that, that could be a problem,
That would be a big problem.
right? Because that could go back to motive.
I don't have a motive,
Your sister lives in Lutz.
Liz.
I got a home pedigree.
I would sort of suggest that
Yeah, we
perhaps
should
you
just
stay
go back
there.
there.
Stay up in Lutz.
Yeah, just stay in Lutz.
It's only an hour away.
No, that's not a problem. I was, but I know, listen to me. Okay, I need your help on something else. Let's, for the sake of discussion, pretend that you guys assume I'm not guilty. How do I proceed? How do I proceed?
If you were guilty, okay, if we could prove it, you'd be in handcuffs. We'd be done.
How do I,
Right, so-
well, proving is a separate thing. How do I proceed with the funeral? How do I proceed with the cremation? I was told by somebody, maybe the victim's support, I don't know, that I need to speak to somebody in the police department about how to go forward with this.
Well, what you need to do is once the body's released,
Right.
which should be tonight,
Right.
all right, you, after we go now, you can make arrangements. You mentioned Toll Brothers.
Well, only because that's what my mom did for my dad.
All right, well,
You familiar with them? I mean,
Yes.
Yeah, what you do is you get a hold of them,
You get a hold of whoever
tell them
you
what
want.
happened, and then you make whatever funeral type arrangements you want with them. They will handle the mechanics of it. They'll get with the medical examiner's office, arrange to take custody of the body from them, and they'll let you know when all that's going to happen, and they'll get the paperwork all in order.
theoretically, I realize it's not in your hands. Theoretically, they could actually have my mom's body.
Tonight,
I was thinking tomorrow, but tomorrow.
as soon as they're done with the autopsy.
Dumb question. If they have my mom's body tomorrow, did you guys? That means you don't need my mom's body anymore.
Once the medical examiner says that they're done, and they're the one who releases
I
it,
never
not
thought
us.
of it.
It's terrible.
You guys must be used to it. This is.
How much did we drink last night? You only said a half a glass of wine.
Yeah, and I don't know whether that can show up on a test at this day. I'm a very, very, very minimal drinker. I
No illegal narcotics.
no. I'll be extremely precise. Lie detector precise again. I'm 57. When I was in college, I think I smoked grass 3 or 4 times, and like Bill Clinton, I didn't inhale, never got high. And once after college, because I knew I was going to get laid with a girl who wanted me to take cocaine, I pretended to take the cocaine.
All right, so since from the time that you got to your mom's house here, 2:00-ish on Friday, has there been anybody else who's been to the house?
Yes.
Who?
On Friday evening, my mom, because she drank too much, because she was unhappy about my dad, which happens a lot, she fell asleep after we had dinner around 8:30 or so. I don't know his last name because it's not my friend. There is a gentleman whose name is Tim. Tim is married to Katie. I don't know where they live. They have 4 children, 3 daughters and a son. Tim and his daughter, one of the daughters, I think the youngest daughter, who's in 21, on Friday night, came by and they dropped off something for Mom. Mom was already asleep as early as 8:30 or 9 o'clock. Tim is up north because his mother is in hospice and dying. Katie is not up north. Katie can be found. That's Friday night. Saturday, there's a neighbor. If this is Mom's house, this is Cy, this is Anna. There's a neighbor who lives 2 houses down, and she came over because she is the friend of the person who owns the white car. And on Sunday, yesterday, this woman's husband came along to start the white car in the middle of the afternoon. And that would be before we left for St. Petersburg. And we returned from St. Petersburg, as I said, in time for me to see the kickoff, so before 4:30.
Oh, Sunday, you were talking about Saturday.
No, I skipped a Sunday. Did I not? Maybe, okay.
Well, you were
Saturday.
talking about Saturday.
Okay, let's do it one at a time. Saturday, the woman 2 houses down came by, and she met me for the first time for me, and she talked about a fat woman, very, very fat woman, who, along with her husband, are the owner of the white car. And the fat woman is up north because she's getting all these fat operations, whatever they're called. Did I say this to you? I think I did even. Okay. So it was several policemen because they asked me who's the white car. And apparently when they went up north, they left the white car with us because they had to leave it somewhere. My mom only has 1 car because my dad is deceased. Okay. Sunday, I talk about a woman who's a friend of the couple up north, and the woman is fat. Sunday, this woman's husband comes by before we go to St. Petersburg to start the car. I think he drives it around, but I don't know. You can check it. And he leaves it in the driveway, not in the garage. Sunday, after we come back from St. Petersburg, he then moves it from the driveway into the garage where you guys have seen it and photographed it. So who is at the house? Friday night, Tim and his daughter came by. Tim is married to Katie. Tim is up north in Deep, Michigan. Katie can be found. Saturday, the woman who lives 2 houses down came by. And Sunday, her husband came by. I don't recall anybody else that does. Oh, when we were in Gainesville on Friday, and this is not relevant, all before this last night.
Oh, I think that's right. Wait,
Okay, yes,
well, there was some good things that we heard too, okay? I mean, we're telling you all the bad shit,
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
all right? But there was good things. I mean, we talked to the neighbors and I gotta tell you, your mom was very proud of you. She told all the neighbors what a wonderful son you are, and, you know, how you step up to the plate, and how you're just the best. So she was very proud of all of her kids, really. Ellen being a curator.
Ellen's amazing.
Right, but she was equally, or even more, I guess, maybe because you're the eldest son. That she was very proud of you.
She
But-
is, but it's
But
undeserved.
we tell all the bad shit, or I don't want to tell you some of
Thank
the
you, I
good
appreciate
stuff,
it. I
right?
appreciate it. I was gonna say
Right,
one
so,
other
I mean,
person
but-
came by.
But your mom, that's not one.
Okay.
Your
On
mom-
Friday, somebody came by. One of us, somebody came by on Friday. Is it relevant? I mean, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, was it before you guys got there?
No. ADT is a company. ADT was supposed to come by today to fix it because they screwed up something.
Okay.
They called to say they come by, and I said, no, don't come by. It's a crime scene. You can check the records. They called on the home phone, the one I had. Again, this is my brother-in-law's phone, but I'm guessing they called it around 11:15. The point I want to make about this, the front door was open. The alarm was not on. I don't know whether ADT can let you guys know about doors that were opening last night.
Okay.
It's possible.
Assuming they can, then they can let you know when the front door was open.
Do you know who has a key to your mom's house?
I'm told that the neighbor across the street who I'm referring to has one.
That would be Donna.
That would be Donna. The answer to your question is no, I don't. That's the answer to your question. But I wouldn't be surprised if all 4 neighbors, or at least you should ask them. They're neighbors, 2 on each side and 2 immediately across the street. They will answer that question.
Were you aware that your mom loved you so much?
She said to me last night at dinner that she wishes I would come every month. Because just coincidentally, I've come both last month and this, and the previous month she saw me in Israel. But this just couldn't happen. I want to clear this. I have no motive. I'm willing to take a lie detector test. I want to go home as soon as I can.
Israel?
Israel. I say home, I mean to my apartment, to my
Israel.
Israel. As
That's
soon
your
as I
home.
can. Well, yeah, I mean, it's my home. I wasn't speaking emotionally. I was speaking in terms of where my wife lives, where my daughter lives, and 20 minutes from where my sons live. And I want to deal with so-called discrepancies. I'm telling you, I really, 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 really wanted to go to the crime scene with you guys. These are not discrepancies. There's something wrong.
Well, this would have helped us, okay? And if we could just come back and if you didn't remove the knife, obviously she was dead, so you didn't need to do CPR. Things like that. You know, if you had just discovered her, called 911 and said, you know what, she's dead.
I did.
Right, I know. But you removed the knife. That doesn't help us. Okay? That's what we call like altering the crime scene. You can see our point, right?
Yeah,
That's
sure.
what I'm trying to point out.
Sure.
All right? Just little things like that. All right? You know, and I understand it's hard, like you don't remember what lights were on. You know, that's hard. But, you know, if you found her in the middle of the night and it was bright, then you would think that, you know, the garage light would have been on, right?
I don't know. It's not impossible. But you should check it at night, and I welcome you to come at night. And because I'm not saying one or the other, you should determine whether if the corridor light, which has the washing machine and the dryer, if that light is on, you will see with your own eyes
what one can or cannot see in the garage.
What will be interesting to see if, when that screen door is closed, because it's like spring loaded, whether you can look down that hallway and see the dog.
Okay, so,
That will be interesting.
okay,
too.
and let's suppose to take a discussion that I can't.
Well,
All
then-
that means, John, is
means
one of
that
two
you
things.
gotta
It means
open
one
the
of
door.
two things.
Right.
It means either I'm not telling the truth, or it means I walked down the hallway because the light was on and I heard Nikki outside. And I can't tell you.
So you're getting upset again.
A little upset. Well, you've never. I'm sure internal affairs is not as bad as
Right.
murder.
No, it's not. All right, you ready to go?
I'd like to go.
Let's go. What do you think, Steve?
Let's go.
So,
Fine. Take the man home.
We'll see where we're at with the crime scene.
right now, in terms of passwords, do I get some kind of document from you guys
Okay.
that say that you have my passwords?
Well, actually, you're not gonna be able to give us them back today anyway, because
They're probably your luggage, aren't they?
and,
They're either in the luggage or in a blue, is it blue or is it green? I think it's blue case.
they're in the house.
They're in the house. And maybe the blue case is inside the luggage, maybe it's not. I don't know.
They're in the house, so you're actually not gonna be able to release them.
Oh, because I can't get into the house.
You
Right.
can't get in the house.
Well, that solves that.
Can you guys get my medications?
Yes, we can. And where are those at?
The
We'll talk on the way.
Thank you.
The legal proceedings against Thomas Joseph Gross followed a protracted 7-year extradition battle from Israel. The prosecution's case was built on a compelling web of circumstantial evidence, highlighting the sedatives found in Ina Gross's system, the staged crime scene, and Thomas's desperate financial motive to secure his inheritance. Despite his maintained denial, the jury found the proof of his calculated betrayal conclusive. In May 2022, Thomas Gross was found guilty of first-degree premeditated murder and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, finally ensuring that the man who murdered his own mother for money would be held accountable.